What's going on, guys? It's that one Total Drama guy back again with another video. Even though I think now it's been like 3 months, I said I was done with YouTube. I decided to come back and give you guys more videos. I don't know if I'll be posting every week, probably not, but it's the summertime, so I have a lot more free time, so maybe. But don't expect a new video every week. I'm just came back because I felt like I needed a break, a long break. YouTube wasn't fun anymore. Also, I think my voice got deeper, which I think will help make the videos more watchable to other people, because if you go back to my old videos, you'll hear my squeaky little voice. Here, I'll even play a clip right now.
And today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. If you know what the series Total Drama is,
So yeah, we're back, and let's get this video started. This is What If Brick Didn't Break His Statue. In the Mine episode, as you know, Brick saves Cameron, Zoe, and Mike by breaking the statue, and he's a selfless action, but instead he's gonna still save him, but the statue doesn't break and the toxic rats win. So in the elimination, it actually doesn't really matter because Anne-Marie is just gonna quit. So now Dakota doesn't come back since the mutant maggots aren't down a man since they lost the challenge. So Dakota is just gonna go with Aunt Maria and become a mutant on her own. Episode 8. This episode, I don't have much to say about the actual challenge part. Scott's just still gonna sabotage his team, and the toxic rats, Joe's still gonna be bickering with Brick, and Lightning's still gonna be friends with Joe. So nothing much changes, but the elimination is where I think things are gonna change, because here Cameron reveals to Scott that Mike has multiple personality disorder, and Scott already got the most out of Cameron that he has now. So all Scott has to do is use the immunity idol on himself and vote out Cameron, which means so now he can blackmail Mike while keeping Zoe there so that Mike can get blackmailed. It's actually a pretty good play on Scott's part, because now Cameron's eliminated because Scott had the immunity idol, so he gets to pick who goes home. So now Cameron gets eliminated, and we move on to the merge in episode 9. Episode 9 stays mostly the same. The only thing I'm going to say different here is the fact that, Bricks gets captured with Joe and Lightning, and then when Joe leaves Lightning, as she did normally, so that Lightning would get caught by Fang, Brick's going to help Lightning, and those two are going to form, an alliance against Joe. But in this episode, Scott wins, and he gets to vote out Mike on his own. And of course, Mike still tells Zoe about his multiple personality disorder. Mike still takes over in his brain, like I said, and all that stuff happens. And so we move on to episode 10. So this episode's still gonna have Heather take over, but instead of Cameron building his rocket ship first, I think it's gonna be Zoe that finishes her swan. Because Zoe already built the swan. The only reason Cameron won, she already built her plane swan thingy. The only reason Cameron won is because he had his rocket flying. I don't know why Zoe just didn't turn on her rocket. His Lightning was almost done his helicopter thingy, and Scott was, I don't know what Scott was doing with his bird. But now Brick's gonna take longer to finish his rocket, since now he does, he'll probably find the rocket still there, but it's just gonna take him a while to finish it. And Cameron was the one that built Joe's air balloon. I don't know why Joe didn't just blow up her air balloon to win the part of the challenge. I don't know. And this also happens in the second part of the challenge, where Zoe gets on the mutant goats and then she burns down Scott. But I don't know why she didn't go for the blimp, because what I think is gonna happen here, Joe's still gonna go in the air. Scott's gonna still knock off Zoe. Zoe's gonna attack Scott. Scott goes down. Brick's rocket's gonna go down since he didn't build it better, and same thing with Joe since she had to build it herself, and since Fang's still on her rocket ship, and Scott crashes into hers, and now Lightning's still gonna crash into Heather, but this time Zoe's just gonna burn down the blimp with the fire-breathing goats and win the challenge. So the only logical person here that I think would be voted off is Joe. Maybe Zoe, and because Brick and Lightning are both gonna vote her, because of the fact that she left Brick and Lightning to Fang back in episode 9, and Brick's moral code of never leave a man behind, which is why Lightning and Brick form sort of a mutual alliance here, since Lightning's an idiot, but he's strong, and Brick's also strong, but he's less of an idiot. And I do think Joe and Zoe would try to form an alliance, since Zoe wants Scott to be eliminated, but Scott's also just going to vote for Joe, since he can't vote for Zoe, since Zoe has immunity. So his only option here is to vote for Joe, and kind of make a boys' alliance with Brick and Lightning. So bye-bye to Joe. Next episode is episode 11. And in this episode, for like the first part of the challenge where they're all cooking, I think it's honestly going to be Brick to be the one that makes the best meal, since like the fact that like he's in the military, and in the military like he has to like use his resources to find what he eats. I don't know much about the military, I don't know. But like I feel like it's going to be Brick that's going to be the one to make the best meal, since it ain't going to be Lightning, ain't going to be Zoe I've seen before. And Scott's probably just going to copy off of Brick, and then he's going to switch the plates out and eat. So Scott's going to win the first part of the challenge like he did before, because DJ runs away, so they all have to eat their own meal. And Scott's going to sabotage Zoe's meal for, like, the poison ivy that eats her. I don't know. This season was weird. But to the second part of the challenge, Scott doesn't get the collar. Lightning and Brick still have the collars, but they're going to team up until like it becomes where Lightning and Brick, they're just racing to see who can make it to flagpole first. And Zoe's still going to snap here. She's still going to become Commando Zoe. And so no, she's going to attack on Scott. So like she's going to crush a Scott with the boulder as he goes rolling away. And Zoe's still not going to win because she's too distracted with Scott. Scott's not going to win. So it's either Brick or Lightning here, and I don't think it really matters. But I do think if both of them were the race, I think it would be Lightning that wins. Because if Lightning wins here, and it's got for elimination, I think all three people are just going to vote Zoe. Zoe just crushed Scott with a giant boulder. Zoe's going to vote for Scott, but that's really going to be the only person. And the funny thing about this is the fact that Zoe's going home, because in episode 12, she, like, realizes that, like, being Commando Zoe is wrong and that, like, friendship is amazing. Here, that just does not happen. So when, like, she's going back to date Mike, it's like she now has his own separate personality. Mike solves his multiple personality disorder, and Zoe just, like, gains another personality disorder. So that's just going to be funny for All-Stars, but I'm not going to be doing All-Stars in this video. But we move on to the Free Boys Alliance in episode 12. They all get a piece of the map, and I think they're all going to use it together. But then I think the fact that Scott and Lightning are to betray Scott. So Scott, he was in a wheelchair because of the boulder. That still happened. Scott is injured. So I think they're just going to take the map and leave Scott, and those two are going to win. And then they're just going to haul Scott since he's, like, so weak. So that leaves us to the finale of Brick and Lightning. I think this would actually be an interesting finale if these two were to fight. I actually don't know who would win, because it's, like, both strong people against two strong people. I just realized something. But I think I'm going to give it to Lightning for the fight here. Like Sam and Dakota and Mike and Zoe are both going to end up bad, because Zoe comes back as Commander Zoe and Dakota goes off and becomes a mutant on her own. So that way Sam's not going to see her again, and that way like Mike is going to have to deal with Zoe now. So both relationships end off worse. But yeah, I know this was a shorter video, but you know, I just want to ease my way back in like total drama content. This has actually been a video I've been wanting to do for like a while now. I just never got myself to do it, and I decided, hey, why not start off with a popular character? Everybody loves Brick. He's a great character. So yeah, I just want to start off with him. I want to reach 1K subscribers. That's also another reason why I came back, since I was really close to 1K subscribers. So if you can subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you guys next time, probably with another what if theory, but maybe something different.